Good day and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before I start, I just like to ask everybody if you enjoy the video, please consider subscribing to my channel. Leave a like. If you dislike it, please leave a dislike, and if you do leave a dislike, please leave a comment. Everybody is free to comment on my videos. So today's video will be the first of the attack class in a fleet, the Glass Cannon Commander. Now the reason why you call him a Glass Cannon Commander is they are shaped to only take on the majority of assault. So I'm first going to go into the market and start from there. So the first thing you want when you're going to be a Glass Cannon Commander is you are going to use missiles. I know that I said that every class has its top damage dealer, but the best in terms of being a glass cannon will definitely be the missile launcher commanders. And it's not for any stupid reason, it's because they have the greatest range from all the other commanders, and they also have the most amount of favorable equipment. I'm not sure if any other class has the same level of equipment, but it looks like a lot of things are made specially to help them. Okay, I'm just looking for what I'm looking for in here. Just give me a second. Okay, so no, this is just the armor. Okay, here's it. Weapon upgrades. So the first thing that you're going to need is to start getting yourself in the league of holding stabilizers and heat sinks. Now the reason for this is quite simple. The heatsink actually increases your rate of fire. Let's see, what is it? Damage bonus 5%. Oh, it increases everything in your power by the looks of it. I didn't really know that there. I know that it decreases the amount of time it takes for you to fire, and you can fire faster within a time period. Or is that the magnetic field? No, so okay, so it's just going to be one of these. So once you equip one of these, the next thing that's going to happen on your commander is now you have that higher rate of damage. The next thing you're going to need is going to come up in the next range of things which you need is the uh, so many things which aren't in the market anymore. I'll just go straight into my inventory because I have a few of those. The next thing that you need in your commander is the missile tracking system. Now, there isn't just any simple reason behind it. The missile tracking system allows you to hit directly where you want to, and it also increases your range and increases your firepower. Now, running it on a medium class ship means that you are going to have that extra heavy hit every time when you are fighting. So, here we go. Here's it, missile tracking. Right, so the tracking computer. Okay, let's see what it says. This is the regular tracking computer. Mm, okay, there's it. This one here will give you that little boost. Missile tracking is more directed towards your missiles. Okay, so that is what's going to help you with upping your damage. Now, obviously, when it comes to using this, you need to have a medium class ship, which is a cruiser with the best possible weapons. That's for right now. As we go on into the later part of the game, you're obviously going to have to go with the best ship that you can get. So you always, as a damage glass cannon commander, need the best ship possible. Unlike other commanders who can um, size down to a lower a lower ship or easier ship, you don't have that luxury. You need to keep going with the heavy controls. Now you also get the ballistic controls. If I'm correct, what does this do? Yeah, I'm not exactly 100% on this. I think it's just the higher level version of the primary system, or it could be that they both could be used because I haven't used it. I'm not a glass cannon commander myself. Mm, see, there's something else which could be used in this place. Can't remember it. Okay, but anyway, you're going to run with both of these. Now, you could run one ballistics and one missile control and then a heat sink, which is going to give you a faster rate of fire, increased damage, and increased range. That means that now Instead of being able to hit from 37, you're going to be able to hit from 40 or 42. And the next thing to do is to actually go into your ship and set up the rigs. Now, I didn't discuss the mid slot. That's because your mid slot on the glass cannon commander is not important. They don't need to have debuffs. They don't need to have a drone because the drone will pull them in closer into combat. They need to stay out of the combat. Okay, so they don't run with drones. So, being your glass cannon commander, you're not going to run any of these debuffs. Your only possible thing there is going to be an increase in capacitance, maybe to help support your heat sink and your missile command, possibly. And then when you go into your rigs, you need to have your combat rigs. Now, I don't have a combat rig 2 on, and I don't own a combat rig 2. But both of your rigs are going to be level 2. That means you're going to increase your damage and you're going to increase your range. The whole idea, once more, is to be able to do the most amount of damage while not being in range of your enemies. While everybody else will struggle against your elites, the glass cannon is the only commander who's going to break right through. Sorry. Okay. So the next thing, which I obviously discussed when it comes to building up these, is going into your ship's how can I say it? Research. Once again, you're going to have to research the ships that you are using. Since you are going to be advancing, you are going to have to search everything and research it to the maximum. I haven't even started catching up with my research on my ship. Then over here, no, there's nothing in here. I'm correct in maintenance, there should be something. No, actually, this isn't even necessary for you. You don't even need the defense upgrades for this type of ship. And here we go. Yeah, this you're going to need as well. Your engineering on your ship. Increasing your capacitance and power is something that's necessary for you as well. Just like the support class. Electronic warfare, not anything for you. Targeting, you need to be completely done with targeting. You need to go all the way to expert level to get the best possible targeting. You are the key, crucial element in a combat situation. I just came through this, sorry. Your weapons. You aren't going to focus on anything here. You are going straight to missiles. You're going to learn everything in missiles from the top to the bottom. And it may seem like it's a bit heavy of a request to put that onto anybody, but you need it. Without it, you aren't going to be able to achieve the combat you require. And that's just about it for this glass cannon commander. He has a heavier demand on what he needs to learn because he has to go to expert level on all of his weapons and he has to go on expert level on all of his upgrades. That means on average it will cost a glass cannon commander around 80 to 90,000 ISK in research just to be able to fight in a battle. So you are going to have to push in more of your resources into this format of playing the game. And while your ship has that great command, it doesn't have the advantage of having defense. And the reason is the moment you put in the defense upgrades, your research starts to go up in cost. And I've only talked about the cost on your weapons. If you're going to complete all of the research that I showed to the maximum, you're looking at about 200 million ISK in spending just to open all of your upgrades. And that's just the basics on it. And once you start going through it, you have to wait for everything to cool down and progress with time. Then going forward, you're going to have to get the best ships every time. That means it's going to be heavy on your ISK. Even though you are farming the most in some operations, you might get someone in your corporation who is doing processing and industry who's making ships and you can buy it from them, but you're going to have to trade them all of your ship debris, all of the resources that you get from hunting. Also, this party's setup, which I've explained so far, works well with the idea of jumping in and doing PvP. Even though it doesn't seem like it'll work well on PvP, 4 players up front on that heavy defense with the debuffs and the support helping them will drastically affect an enemy commander. And if you are running with debuff style play, your support will run cloaking devices. The whole idea is for them to not be able to get hit as much as everyone else. And every time they disappear, the aim will start moving about to everyone else in the fleet. And your damage dealers can stay up, back, and hit. And another thing you can do in a fleet when you're doing PvP with a glass cannon is run through mining sectors and just clean out all of those who are mining. Although that's a bit of a heavy thing to say that you should do, but you break through all the shops, you damage everybody, and you loot everything there before you leave. That means that you're going to have a full shop full of resources, full of ore, and once you're done with that, you can go dock at a bay, dump all of the loot. Once your cooldown timer on the crime logo is up, and once you are done with that, you can continue on with going for another round or another 3 rounds. And that's the beauty of all of this. You don't have to be, how can I say, running super aggressive. And in the PvP fleet, obviously your debuffs are going to be running a warp inhibitor. One of them will run a warp inhibitor. The other one will run the stasis web of fire and a Norse energy drain. But that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you.